Yesterday I had one of those days when I had nothing for dinner. I had to go grab something very quickly and make a very quick dinner with very few ingredients that I had on hand. And it came out so delicious that I decided I just absolutely have to make it today, which is the very next day, so I don't ever forget it. I can always go back to it. So here's my, in a pinch, few ingredient, high protein, low calorie dinner that you can make every day.
I'm gonna first prepare the spice mix for shrimp and the whole, let's say, tikka masala or curry. I don't know, it's some kind of flavor all together. As these spices are pretty much it. That's where I took my inspiration from. I really like the flavors. It's a little bit sweet and a little bit spicy. It's a really good flavor. So I have here about, I think, 24 ounces of shrimp. So to that I'm gonna add half a teaspoon of salt, and then a couple of teaspoons, actually 1 teaspoon, because what I'm using is a half a teaspoon spoon, and a little bit of ground pepper. Toss it well and set it aside for it to marinate a bit. And in the meantime, I'm gonna prepare the vegetables. I have here a lot of garlic cloves. I like it really garlicky, so the amount of garlic is up to you. You just pick the flavor you like. And I'm gonna chop a whole onion. And for extra spice, I'm gonna add a Serrano, this is a red Serrano pepper. You can use green Serrano pepper, you can use a jalapeno, you can use any pepper you like or have handy. But Serrano peppers, I usually have it on hand. And as I said, this was a very quick meal, and with everything that I actually had in the fridge. And now to a preheated pot, I'm gonna add the onions and the peppers. I try at least not to use oil or any fat while sauteing. I noticed that it actually work well and I don't taste the difference, so this is my way of saving the extra calories. I just added the garlic in, and now the San Marzano style tomatoes. I got 2 of them with some liquid, and this is my way to crush them in instead of cutting them on board. Actually much easier, faster way. To that I'm gonna add the rest of the spices left. A little bit more salt, that's about 1.5 teaspoons. That's of course gonna be the whole liquid that it seems like it's a lot, but it's not really. And then some crushed black pepper. And this is just completely optional, vegeta it's called. We use it in Poland a lot. It's like extra flavor, I would say. It's hard to explain what it is, but it adds flavor. But it's optional. If you don't have anything like that, you don't have to use it. I put a teaspoon there. And for the, I would say, volume, I'm gonna add the cauliflower, and I'm gonna put it in pieces so it cooks quickly. The cauliflower will only add volume, so I want to cook it all the way through. I don't care about it being crunchy or having any special texture. I just want it to release water, thicken the sauce, and pretty much it. So if you're looking for a crunchy one, this is not the method. So that is why I'm gonna cover it in the sauce and cover it up. That's how it's gonna get softened, and it's gonna release its natural liquid, which it will become a sauce. I'm not gonna add any extra liquid to it. Everything's gonna be from cauliflower. But in the meantime, when I'm waiting on the cauliflower to cook, I'm gonna saute the shrimp very lightly. It's literally, you put it on the pan and immediately start turning them on the other side. They're gonna cook through in the pot at the end. And shrimp don't really need that much time to cook. It's literally a minute for them to be good, and you don't want to overcook them. They don't taste that great. And look at that, all this liquid from just the cauliflower. And at this moment, I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of low calorie, low sugar ketchup. But what I meant to add is a tomato concentrate, because I didn't have any. And if you don't have any, you can use ketchup for it. I added coconut milk, just the full fat regular coconut milk. For this amount of food, it's not gonna add that many calories, but it adds tons of flavor. And now the cooked shrimp, like you can see, they're not all the way cooked, so they have a few seconds in them left to be cooked, which is perfect because the heat from the cauliflower tomato sauce is gonna heat them up and cook them through. And just cook them for another minute or so. That's about it. The sauce is thickening, and take it off the heat, and we're going to add chopped cilantro, and that's going to be at the very end. You don't want to cook with it because it's going to lose all the flavor, but when you add it at the end, it adds a great punch. If you don't like cilantro, of course you can skip the step. And I'm ready to serve it, and I'm gonna serve it with rice. And no, rice it's not really bad for you in any way. Even if you're on a diet, I eat it all the time. And I just add 100 grams of cooked rice. That's usually 150 calories. This dish is extremely low in calories. Shrimp are like one of the best protein you can have. They have tons of protein and very, very low calories. And of course, they're delicious and quick to make. Very good meal on the go in a pinch. It's not gonna take you longer than 20 minutes to cook, and you're gonna wow your family for sure. And look at the sauce underneath. The rice is already soaking in. You know, actually, I shouldn't be eating it with a fork. Let me grab a spoon. The rice spoon, maybe. There you go. See? So you get enough liquid, nice and saucy, and absolutely delicious. And once you finish your low-calorie, nutritious, and delicious dinner, go ahead and have a dessert. Get an inspiration from one of these that I prepared for you here, and that's where I'm gonna see you next.